For the 2025 Grammys, all eyes were on Kendrick Lamar. He would win every category he was nominated for his smash hit and diss song Not Like Us, but the devil's in the details because everyone ignored the climax of one of the most exciting and historic rivalries in music history: two women. Beyonce and Taylor Swift were forced to become enemies way back in 2009, from the infamous incident involving Ye, formerly known as Kanye West, at the MTV Video Music Awards. For a quick refresher, Ye was dating Amber Rose and showed up to the red carpet and award show with a bottle of Hennessy. When Taylor Swift won Female Music Video of the Year, he rushed the stage, grabbed the microphone, and said Beyonce should have won, to put it in short. Visibly embarrassed, Beyonce made it clear to the cameras she didn't approve, and the then 19-year-old Taylor Swift was left stunned. Beyonce won Music Video of the Year later that night, the bigger category, and invited Taylor Swift on stage with her to finish her speech that was interrupted earlier that night. She's always just been a great person before anything else. Before the talented artist, the superstar, she's always been a great person. And I thought that I couldn't love Beyonce more. And then tonight happened and it was just wonderful. This was just the MTV VMAs though. It's for visuals. And besides that, it isn't even the biggest or most prestigious award show. That title belongs to the Grammys. Beyonce had already won 10 before Taylor Swift ever got nominated, but things would get sticky. Taylor Swift's first Grammy nomination would come in 2008 as Best New Artist, where she lost to Amy Winehouse. 2010 would be the first year Beyonce and Taylor Swift were competing directly against each other for several awards at the Grammys, a year after Kanye West set them up for Rivalry. Despite already being a multiple-time Grammy winner, it was Beyonce's first time being nominated for the most coveted award of the night, Album of the Year, and it was against Taylor Swift. Song of the Year, Best Female Pop Vocal Performance, Album of the Year were the three categories they were going head-to-head in, and the competition was quite steep. For Best Female Pop Vocal Performance, there was Halo by Beyonce, Hometown Glory by Adele, Hot and Cold by Katy Perry, Sober by Pink, and You Belong With Me by Taylor Swift. Beyonce would take the win in this category, putting her 1-0 against Taylor Swift for the night. Song of the Year, Single Ladies, Put a Ring on It by Beyonce, Poker Face by Lady Gaga, Pretty Wings by Maxwell, Use Somebody by Kings of Leon, and You Belong With Me by Taylor Swift. Despite Taylor Swift's You Belong With Me being the song that kicked off the storied rivalry, winning against Beyonce's Single Ladies at the 2009 VMAs for Best Female Video, Beyonce would take home Song of the Year, putting her up at 2-0 against Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift's album Fearless would win Country Album of the Year that same night, a category Beyonce was not nominated for. But that same album would compete against the following for the award of the night, Album of the Year: The End by the Black Eyed Peas, The Fame by Lady Gaga, Big Whiskey and the Goo Klux King by Dave Matthews Band, and most importantly, I Am Sasha Fierce by Beyonce. Despite the fact that Beyonce's album had hits like Halo, Single Ladies, Sweet Dreams, If I Were a Boy, Taylor Swift would take home the prize, with the two standout hits on her album being You Belong With Me and Love Story. This was Taylor Swift's first real Grammy nomination for her work. The prior year was just Best New Artist, and she won 4 Grammy Awards on the same night: Best Country Album, Best Country Song, Best Female Country Vocal Performance, and Album of the Year. Keep in mind these winnings, because we'll get back to them soon. Overtaking both Lady Gaga and Beyonce for the last one. Taylor Swift and Beyonce would stay out of each other's way for the next decade, and that time Taylor accumulating the following Grammys. In 2012, she would win Best Country Solo Performance and Best Country Song. 2013, Best Song Written for Visual Media. 2016, Album of the Year, Best Pop Vocal Album, and Best Music Video. And in the span of the 2010s, Beyonce would rack up her own list of Grammy victories. In 2013, Best Traditional R&B Performance for Love on Top. 2015, Best R&B Performance for Drunk in Love with Jay-Z. Best R&B Song, Drunk in Love, and Best Surround Sound Album, Beyonce. 2017, Best Urban Contemporary Album for Lemonade, and Best Music Video for Formation. So as you can see, it was definitely going to be a nail-biter when they would both compete head-to-head in 2020 for Best Pop Vocal Album and Best Pop Solo Performance. Unfortunately for our story, Neither of them won either category. Victories going to Billie Eilish, who would sweep up 5 Grammy Awards that night. They would come back the next year to face off at the Grammys in one category, Song of the Year, against I Can't Breathe by Her, Black Parade, Beyonce, The Box by Roddy Ricch, Cardigan by Taylor Swift, Circles by Post Malone, Don't Start Now by Dua Lipa, Everything I Wanted by Billie Eilish, and If the World Was Ending by J.P. Sachs featuring Julia Michaels. You can probably guess the outcome. Neither of them won. This was a really stacked category for the year, but what was even more surprising is the victor. It was Her with I Can't Breathe. Whilst they didn't compete against each other in other categories, they both went home with big wins. Taylor Swift won Album of the Year for Folklore, and Beyonce won her 28th Grammy, making her the most decorated woman in Grammy history. Taylor Swift looked excited to see her win, and Beyonce must have been as well, because the next day Taylor Swift would post the following on her IG story. Taylor, congratulations on your Grammy. It was great seeing you on Sunday night. Thank you for always being so supportive. Sending love to you and your family. B. To which Taylor captioned it, woke up to flowers from the Queen of Grace and Greatness, Beyonce, and suddenly it's the best Friday ever. Thank you, B, and congratulations on your epic achievement Sunday night. Taylor Swift and Beyonce would hit the ring against each other for 2 categories in 2023, Song of the Year and Best Song Written for Visual Media. In Best Song Written for Visual Media, the nominees were Be Alive from King Richard by Beyonce, Carolina from Where the Crawdads Sing by Taylor Swift, Hold My Hand from Top Gun Maverick by Lady Gaga, Keep Rising from The Woman King, Jesse Wilson, Nobody Like You from Red by Billie Eilish and her brother, We Don't Talk About Bruno from Encanto, Lin-Manuel Miranda. Encanto would win in this category, but it wouldn't even be a dramatic ending if either of them won here, if we're being honest. But Song of the Year, now that's something we could get excited about. For Song of the Year, there was A, B, C, D, E, F, U by Gayle, About Damn Time by Lizzo, All Too Well, the 10-minute version by Taylor Swift, As It Was by Harry Styles, Bad Habit by Steve Lacy, Break My Soul by Beyonce, Easy on Me, Adele, God Did, DJ Khaled, The Heart Part 5, Kendrick Lamar, and Just Like That by Bonnie Raitt. When you look at Taylor and Beyonce's songs here, they don't quite hold up to the impact that many others had that same year, such as Steve Lacy, Harry Styles, and even Gayle. But we have seen surprises before, like with Her's victory in 2021. And surprise it was, just not the one we expected. Just Like That, Bonnie Raitt won this category, a country song that still has under 7 million streams on Spotify till this day. Yep, disappointing. Neither of them won. But it would be a legendary matchup in the near future. Later that year in October of 2023, Taylor Swift posted an Instagram photo with Beyonce at the premiere of Taylor's movie The Eras Tour, captioning it, I'm so glad I'll never know what my life would have been like without Beyonce's influence. The way she's taught me and every artist out here to break rules and defy industry norms. Her generosity of spirit, her resilience and versatility. She's been a guiding light throughout my career, and the fact that she showed up tonight was like an actual fairy tale. In the lead up to the 2025 Grammys, there would be 2 important events. One was the release of Cowboy Carter, Beyonce's first country pop album, with the following lyrics. F it, do it again. Album of the year, I ain't win. I ain't stuntin' 'bout them. Take that ish on the chin. Come back and F up the pen. So it's clear that she was aiming for at least an Album of the Year nomination for this project, if not a victory, and so was her husband, Jay-Z, the mentor, collaborator, and at least former friend of the man that started this all, Kanye West. While accepting Dr. Dre's Global Impact Award in 2024, Jay-Z would press the Recording Academy. I don't want to embarrass this young lady, but she has more Grammys than everyone, and never won Album of the Year. So even by your own metrics, that doesn't work. Think about that. The most Grammys, never won Album of the Year. That doesn't work. This was in reference to his wife, Beyonce. She had never won Album of the Year at the Grammys. Going into the 2025 Grammy Awards, Beyonce was and still is the most awarded individual at the Grammys, ever, with a total of 32 wins. She was going in with an album that was an artistic risk. The hit song and lead single's momentum had been destroyed in the first several days on TikTok, being muted due to Hit Boy, one of the producers on the track, having a publishing deal with Universal Music way back when, and this is when they pulled their whole catalog. They were fortunately able to handle that, but that was an obstacle that had to be overcome nevertheless. Taylor Swift, on the other hand, has the record for most Album of the Year wins at the Grammys, with 4 total and nominated 7 times. Taylor Swift was going in with 6 nominations, a boyfriend that had just won the Super Bowl the preceding year, smashing Coldplay's previously held record of the highest grossing tour at $1.2 billion, and Taylor doing $2 billion with over 10 million attendees worldwide. Taylor Swift and Beyonce were going head-to-head in multiple categories, with the biggest and best for last Album of the Year, where Taylor Swift had just sold 2.6 million units in her first week, compared to Beyonce's 407,000. For Best Pop and Duo Group Performance, the nominees were Gracie Abrams with Taylor Swift, Us, Beyonce and Post Malone, Levi's Jeans, Charli XCX and Billie Eilish, Guess, Ariana Grande, Brandy and Monica, The Boy Is Mine, Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars, Die With a Smile. Beyonce and Taylor Swift would both take an L here, to Die With a Smile. For Record of the Year, there was the Beatles' Now and Then, Beyonce's Texas Hold'em, Sabrina Carpenter, Espresso, Charli XCX 360, Billie Eilish, Birds of a Feather, Kendrick Lamar, Not Like Us, Chappelle Roan, Good Luck Babe, and Taylor Swift with Post Malone, Fortnite. If you follow hip-hop at all, the obvious victor here was neither Beyonce nor Taylor Swift. It was Kendrick Lamar for Not Like Us, one of the biggest songs of last year, and easily the biggest rap song of the year. Then there was Song of the Year, Beyonce's Texas Hold'em, Sabrina Carpenter's Please Please Please, Billie Eilish, Birds of a Feather, Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars, Die With a Smile, Kendrick Lamar, Not Like Us, Chappelle Roan, Good Luck Babe, Shaboozie's A Bar Song, Tipsy, and Taylor Swift and Post Malone's Fortnite. Similar to Record of the Year, the Recording Academy must not have wanted much diversity in the victors because Kendrick Lamar would take this category again, despite being up against some big competition. At this point, Beyonce and Taylor Swift haven't given us our storybook ending, but the best category of all is next. Album of the Year, Andre 3000's New Blue Sun, Beyonce's Cowboy Carter, Sabrina Carpenter's Short and Sweet, Charli XCX, Brad, Jacob Collier, Jesse Volume 4, Billie Eilish, Hit Me Hard and Soft, Chappelle Roan, The Rise and Fall of a Midwest Princess, and Taylor Swift's The Tortured Poets Department. Fortunately for everyone on this list, Kendrick Lamar didn't release an album within the window for submission to the Grammys, or they might as well have given him this category too. And the winner was Beyonce's Cowboy Carter. Not only that, Cowboy Carter, Beyonce's first ever country album, won the category for Best Country Album as well. The identical 2 categories that Taylor Swift won in the 2010 Grammy Awards. And to add salt to the wound, there was a cherry on top with Beyonce winning Best Country Duo Group Performance for the song Two Most Wanted with Miley Cyrus, taking home 3 awards overall that night, leaving Taylor Swift going home empty-handed with 0 Grammys this year. She bested her in the same exact categories, and it only took her 15 years. Get 1,000+ deleted videos and exclusive content at patreon.com/helloyassine.